Good evening. We're the team optimizer and we'll be presenting our development project idea revolving around the coconut. During this speech, we'll discuss the project, the financial aspect of it, touch on the market opportunity, and introduce who we are. So let's begin with the first part. Before jumping into the details of the project, we want to introduce the different problems we would hope to ease. Specifically, we would like to help improve the problem of dry soils and droughts by introducing our fertilizer. Furthermore, we would like to lower the rate of student dropouts from school through monetary compensation. And lastly, help women gain more financial independence. Therefore, you must be wondering, how can a coconut help with all these different problems? This is because the fruit can be put to completely to use towards something. Let's take a look at the diagram. The core would be would be used to make the fertilizer. The shell would be used to make utensils, jewelry, and art. And finally, both the meat and the water will be either consumed or sold in food markets to create revenue from these healthy products. Therefore, 100% of the coconut will be used, creating no added waste to the refugee settlement. How would this project be realized? Well, the simple answer is through workshops. So 400 women would have the opportunity to attend one of 4 workshops in the first developmental year. Second, for 800 farmers and school teachers would also attend workshops to learn how to properly produce the fertilizer and use it efficiently in the crops. Teachers will then pass this knowledge to their students who will produce the fertilizers during classes that require less focus in order to have monetary compensation from the farmers. Therefore, 860 students will benefit from the arrangement as they would learn how to multitask and get paid to be in school. Therefore, this makes our target market, the farmers who would use the fertilizer in order to have more profitable crops, and they would have big labor forces for little expenses, the teachers as schools would be more populated, and students who would have stay in school through monetary incentive, and our last target group, women who may wish to enter a market with endless opportunities.
We are introducing the Cocopeat fertilizer. This is a natural growing media made from the husk of a coconut. We have chosen this to tackle soil infertility, the reasons being it's 100% organic and rich in nutrients, it has water-absorbing properties, it keeps soil moisture, and it eliminates fertilizers and pesticides. It's also reusable up to 4 years. The difference between this and compost is that compost takes 3 months to be ready, which means it's time-consuming. It also has an unpleasant smell and releases methane, which is harmful to the environment. Unlike this, the Cocopeat has none of these. It has no negative impact and is sustainable. It is also completely recyclable, so the shells can be used to make other items such as candles, which positively affects the market and increases activity of local productions.
Our cost would consist of coconuts, transportation, workshops, and other variable costs. We've planned to produce 500 kg of cocopeat in the first year, requiring about 5,000 coconuts in total. Coconuts will be transported from local suppliers in Zambia. Workshops will be held across the year to ensure proper training. Variable costs will depend on maintaining the workshops and overall project. Hence, our Kickstart finance will be around £4,500 as shown in the table. To fund our project, we'll be working in line with the Zambian Farmers Union together with government support. We will also seek financial aid from particular NGOs and banks, which can actually provide loans to farmers. The final outcome would be a 50% increase in crop yield, a 35% increase in income due to higher production, a boost in employment due to more job opportunities, a boost in education level due to lower students dropping out of school, and an overall improvement in livelihood. Lastly, we estimated about 2,060 local people would benefit from this project. Next slide, please.
So within the camp, the major opportunity would be the potential economic growth. This is because the camp is surrounded by small shops that supply a range of consumer items where the produced jewelry and utensils could be easily introduced and sold at lower prices as women would not need to pay for coconut shells. Additionally, there are no agricultural supplies, which creates the opportunity for farmers to sell the fertilizer if they wanted to. Furthermore, there would be the opportunity for trade chains through business networks and good opportunity of exportation of the products to nearby markets, such as in the ones present in Koma district. Finally, there's a higher chance for microgreen cultivation within households. We finally want to introduce our team. This idea was developed by our multidisciplinary team where we were so lucky to have a project designer to help with all the designs, a life scientist to translate scientific talk, a psychologist to engage proactiveness, and 2 economists to really understand the viability of the project and make it as economical as possible. Together,
Let's optimize life.
This concludes our presentation, but please do ask us any questions that you may have. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. That was a fascinating presentation. I was really intrigued by it. Now, I don't know very much about coconuts, and what I was interested to know was, are there any problems with storing coconuts? Because that's an awful lot of coconuts you're going to need to do this project. So do you have to keep them at a certain temperature, or are they stable for a long time? How do you cope with that side of it?
So I think the answer is no, and let me explain. Basically, the coconuts will stay in the trees until they're needed. The first step will be to produce the fertilizer, so then the fibrous exteriors will be used, and then right away the shell and the interior part, the consumable part, will be sold, and the shell will be made to make utensils or jewelry. Therefore, it would create a 0% waste. Every and each part of the coconut will be put to use. And in regards to the storage, coconut palm trees grow naturally in Zambia because the environment is really favorable. Therefore, there would be they wouldn't get spoiled in that sense, and the maintenance of the trees will be minimal.
Lovely, thank you.
Great stuff. Teaching the VC about coconuts. Anyone else has any questions? Chris, far away.
Yes, you mentioned that 2,000 people were going to be involved in this particular activity. How will these people be chosen, and where are they going to just come from this village, or can it actually go into other parts of Zambia and other countries?
We first, so the 2,060 people come from a rough estimate. We wouldn't actually choose who gets to participate. We would want as many people as possible to be involved. This is because we have estimated a number of 100 coconuts per workshop to be used, meaning that per workshop we could have possibly a maximum of 100 or 200 people. So they could learn, and that comes from the numbers, like how we got to that number in the first year is by the participation of this 7% of the overall population in the age range of 18 to 59 years old, which we thought could be farmers, teachers, and then 400 women to help them gain more independence, and then 860 students. That is because originally we saw that with this project we could help 430 students to be engaged. However, we wanted to reach a bit more and help really lower the dropout rate. And so in order to do that, we decided to alternate the students. So one group would work 1 week and take the other week off. And so we could double that number actually, which is also better because they could focus on their studies. In regards to exploiting this project elsewhere, we would love for that to happen, but the initial idea is to start with the refugee settlement and give them the knowledge to then be completely self-reliant and do what they want with it.
Good, very good answer.
Thank you.
Good stuff. I think we still got time for more questions.
Yeah.
Mike.
A minute and 20 seconds.
There you go, Mike. Ask quick.
Oh, quick. Again, I'm very interested in how you set up the first camp, the first training, and then move it on very quickly to others. What's your plan for that?
So from the project, we thought the first year, we call it our Kickstart year, where all the workshops will be held. We thought about having one workshop every 3 months per group of people. Therefore, we would have 3 workshops, one for the women in order for them to learn how to make jewelry, utensils, and art. Then one for the farmers and one for the teachers. These workshops are very quick and easy, other than non-expensive. This is because how to produce the fertilizer is just grinding the fibrous exterior and mixing it with the soil. Whereas for the jewelry, it's just sandpapering, laminating the exterior with sandpaper and giving it the wanted shape. Therefore, that would be on the first year in the refugee camp. However, this knowledge being so easy and so easily shareable, it could just go on by one person teaching another.
Thank you. Very thorough answer for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Monica.